Bubble Bobble, the game that everyone including your cat definitely recognizes. You blow bubbles, trap the enemies, and pop them. Simple yet addicting and also good music. La 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 la. But that's not what we want to talk about. Instead, the sequel itself, that I dare to say, is better. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bubble Bobble 2! Bubble Symphony, aka Bubble Bobble 2, is released on October 5th, 1994 for the arcade. A direct sequel, like I said, to the original Bubble Bobble released in 1986, but actually not the actual sequel to the first game. The game takes place after Parasol Stars, the story of Bubble Bobble 3, which is a third game in the timeline, which takes place after Rainbow Island, the story of Bubble Bobble 2, which takes place after the first Bubble Bobble. And I thought reinforced naming is already bad enough. Anyway, the game starts off with 4 familiar dinosaurs that are just reading a book, but then this maniac right here decides to turn those 4 into bubble dragons out of the ordinary. This is why you don't read any random book you found on the floor. It could be a ghost diary. Damn. In case you don't know, in the first game, and I mean the actual first game, you defeated this maniac here, turned those 4 into dinosaurs for revenge. Oh, those maniacs' names are drunk. I'm not making this up. Man, depression sure hits hard. That doesn't mean you can go around and make people feel the pain though. What an idiot. So yeah, you 4 turned into dinosaur and got thrown somewhere else. So you gotta do what you gotta do to get back to your actual world. I mean, being able to blow bubble in a dinosaur costume is fun though. Certainly better than being a human. School sucks, life is a bitch, you will get depressed and just hate everything. You know, like these idiots. Moving on, we have 4 characters here who are the children of Bob and Bob, the protagonists from the first Bubble Bobble. The first one ever. Bublin, Boblin, Kalulun, and Kororan. Wait, Bublin, Boblin? The same name as their parents? Excuse me, sir, in what world do you name your kid same as yours? And yes, I already checked their English and Japanese name, and guess what? Their names are freaking same. No Bobble Senior, no Boblin Senior, just Boblin and Bublin. It's okay if they have different skin colors, but no, same skins, same names. I mean, you already have different names for the other 2 kids, so why can't you do the same for Bob and Bob? It's like naming your kid Ford GT, but then you put another Ford GT, although different variation, but still you decide to name it Ford GT. I mean, come on. I wonder if the people at Rainbow Island are just that dumb. Anyway, there are 4 playable characters, and each of them have unique characters features. Bublin is your mid-range character. Boblin is fast, but bubble range is short. Kululun, bubbles can go a long distance, but she is very slow. And Kororan have the fastest bubble blowing speed. Each of them allows for different experience by different players, so you can try whichever you want that suits you, and for the most part, You won't use the same character for multiple times. I mostly select Boblin or Kolulu, but what did you all choose? Let me know below. The gameplay is mostly the same as its origin. I say mostly because some aspects are new. You can hold down the button to charge in order to release multiple bubbles. There's also this randomizer item that appears every time you use your container, which includes stuff like long shot, rapid fire, speedy shoot, etc. So say goodbye to solely relying on random item appearing in the level to get the item you wanted. Watch this, I'm gonna get the rapid fire item. Oh, thanks game. Oh yeah, you got container this time around, so say goodbye to one credit clear bullcrap that is the first game. The game includes a total of 15 different stages spanning across different worlds, excluding the first and final stages that are separated by a branching system reminiscent of the Darius series, which not only adds a layer of uniqueness but also increases the replayability while not making the player feel annoyed. Unlike the first game that contains 100 levels that will take close to an hour to complete, here the levels are pretty short to get through, and by the time you reach the end, you will realize it takes quite a short while to get there. The other problem with the predecessor is that the level itself can be frustrating. At the beginning, it's a fun ride, but as you progress deeper and deeper, the levels start shifting phase that becomes a complete chore. Some of the worst examples, like honestly, are right here, and here. Like honestly, if you let a 9-year-old play this, they probably will be confused and just rage quit, and I wouldn't blame them. How on earth someone would clear this without any guide? All of this feels like the developer are intentionally screwing with their players. But when it comes to Bubble Symphony, Taito seem to realize their mistake because the level design here are much more fun to traverse through. The stages are much more straightforward that lets you know what you're supposed to do without alienating the fan base. Well, there are some of those bad levels here and there, but not as apparent as the first game, which not only lets player enjoy the game even more, but also giving chances to player for more trial and error. From the previous puzzle element all the way to the action element, the game undergo major smooth transition. I gotta give credit to Taito for making such changes, which I am very happy about. The other noticeable changes are the background, and seriously, when I look at them, I don't even want to go back to the original game. Credit where it's due, but going back and forth between two games gave me a strange feeling. When I go back to the original and stare at the black background, I feel like something is missing that I just couldn't describe, and also I feel like something is staring at me in the darkness, waiting to pounce on me. Or it could be just me, as opposed to Symphony, where each world contains different backgrounds that adds more to the alive meter. The stages itself won't feel bland as they are filled with vibrant colors, which brings me back to the stages itself. Each world are well represented by different themes that adds another sense of creativity to the game. You can see some great ideas being implemented here and there, and their efforts did not go to waste. Desert Land, which represents food, which makes me hungry. How about a stage where we are stuck in a TV machine? Or even a level featuring radish, because they like radish. Each of the world features something different and it never gets old, unlike the empty background of the first game. The creativity can be seen in this game, and honestly, it is refreshing to see such departure. Each world always ends with a boss that are easy to beat, including this idiot here. Bosses also include another layer of creativity, which brings me to the next point. Upon starting up the game, you will notice some familiar characters in the background, and this is where they also expand the creativity of the game. Codename Easter Egg. As you may have noticed by now, the game is packed full of surprises. Some items that appear here are stuff from other Taito games. They are here to help you, and also different enemies from the respective game that you could easily miss out on. And of course the stages itself, which is based off some of the Taito famous games. As I mentioned earlier, the background aren't just there for viewing pleasure, but also reminds the player of Taito past, which puts a smile on my face. For example, Kiki Kai aka Pocky Rocky also make an appearance. You travel through one of the world and eventually you fight the main character herself. What a genuine addition. Or how about this one? You enter the world of Darius. Yup, motherfucking Darius is here, and oh boy, it caught me off guard. Seeing that I'm somewhat of a Darius fan, such as Gaiden and Chronicle Saviors, this really felt like a good surprise, and honestly, it's not wrong to be here. Though I am gutted they did not include the big fish himself. There are a couple more surprises, but I don't want to spoil it just so you can check it out for yourself. You will thank me later. Haha, MCU, take that and eat your heart out. The final unique feature is the game progression. Since you are turned into a dragon, you gotta perform some special tasks as well. Scattered across the world are keys that will be crucial for the final world. In order to collect the keys, players first have to collect 3 music notes across each zone. They usually are hidden in stages with some art platform around them which are very obvious to spot. All you have to do is walk across the particular area and voila, the music note will appear. Some feel a little cryptic and you could miss out easily, but because you can walk around the area, chances are you will find them easily, and I really like the presentation here. It smells better than the original, especially the NES version, where you have to collect specific items to be able to get the good ending. No thanks. Oh come on, I don't have friends. Here, the game is straightforward in showing you the ways to progress, and I much prefer it that way. Collect 3 notes and you will spawn the key you needed the most. Also, there are 5 worlds that have those keys, and once you reach the end, the game could win in different ways. If you fail to collect all 4 keys in the past 5 worlds, the game will end here and you will get the bad ending. Otherwise, you then can access the final world, which I won't spoil. But to get the good ending, you have to be humans. And this is my least favorite part of the game. In some stages, you have to slow down on purpose and wait for the hurry up note to appear. Once they appear, there are 3 special letters that appears and you will have to collect them all in specific locations in order to turn humans. That way, you will only able to get the good ending. Once you do that, you then can get the good ending, but that's still not enough. Just like the original game, you have to input a special code that unlocks the hard mode. Only doing so will the game gives you the true ending. As much as I love the game, I wouldn't even go that far. No thanks. So yeah, that is my review on Bubble Symphony. A big improvement over the first game, and honestly, the best in the series. Whether it was the Easter eggs, gameplay style, or just presentation, I can't deny the game is really enjoyable from start to finish, and I really recommend you to give a shot. The only gripe I have is the music, which pales in comparison to the original game, and that's about it. This feels like the ultimate title celebration because of all the stuff that I mentioned. Something that future Bubble Bobble games wouldn't able to top, in my opinion. Bubble Symphony was then ported to the Sega Saturn in Japan. Other than that, it was also included in Taito Legends 2, but only for PC and Xbox version. What a bummer. It was also included in the PlayStation 2 version of Taito Memories in Japan, but good luck finding the copy at a cheap price. And recently, if you wanna go that far, you can play on the Taito E-Grad 2 Mini. E-Grad? E-Grad? Regret? Whatever you call it. Anyway, that is it for this episode of Taitober. Let me know below your opinion on this game. Have you played? Let's have a peaceful discussion. And if you want to follow me what I'm doing, be sure to follow my Twitter, where I'm mostly active. And if you enjoy what you see, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss a thing. Thank you for watching. I will see you all next time.